Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the BMW S1000RR in multiplayer. Recently I uploaded a video of me winning this bike in its R&D, so go check that out if you haven't already. My rank is 1375, and if you look closely at the biker here, you'll see he's adjusting his mirror. Yeah, that's a little Easter egg that you can sometimes see on bikes. So my tuning is 01001, and in Pro Kits we have 5050. The one on Nitro was just put there so I could tell whether the nitro or top speed was more efficient, and the top speed was much more efficient. So here, I just passed a red Camaro at the beginning of this race because of my very good acceleration. The reason I bring that Camaro up in particular was because it was played by a YouTuber named KY or something like that, who was apparently streaming at the time I was doing this race. Yeah, I had absolutely no idea, and I didn't even know he was a YouTuber, so yeah, this ended up being a very close race, which is one reason I decided to put it at the beginning of the video, and there my bike had a little problem, and I'm honestly surprised that he did not pass me there. But this Camaro is at a lower rank than me. It's at a rank of 1330. I watched his clip of this race in his stream archive, and he was actually only going about 6 miles per hour faster than me. So yeah, the Camaro really doesn't become very overpowered until 1390 rank, and then it stays extremely overpowered until 1500. As you can see here, he never managed to catch up to me. Even though he was catching up slightly because of his slightly superior speed, I still managed to win. I'm very proud of that race, and I'm glad I got to play against him. Oh, and I am playing triple boosted in all of the races in this video, just so the bike can be at the best it can be. That was a lot of B's in that sentence there. So here you can see I start up nearly as fast as the Donkervoort actually, even with no acceleration upgrades, and I managed to pass him in 6 seconds, because the Donkervoort has about 30 miles per hour slower speed than me at this rank. Also in this race, we have a TVR Sagaris and a Shelby Cobra, both of which are fairly close to my rank. Most of the races in this video, except for the next one as you will see, I actually got quite good matchmaking in. I may do another test in this bike at a higher rank, but we will see, because it did seem to do quite well around this rank, and I have to say, it is probably one of the best bikes for multiplayer in the game, if not the best. It was a little bit unstable during the R&D, but it feels more stable in multiplayer after I won it. So I am very glad that I did, because I am quite pleased with this performance. It can go 256 miles per hour at this rank without supercharge, and with supercharge it can go around 10 miles per hour faster, up to 265. In comparison, a 1390 Sagaris can go about 272 miles per hour or so, which is actually not all that much faster. This bike has much better acceleration and drifting and handling, and pretty much everything than the Sagaris. So because of that, I was able to stay ahead for the entire 2 laps and finish ahead of him, and as far as I know, he never had any issues. He was a 1369. I also beat a 1349 Shelby Cobra, as well as a Max Pro Donkervoort, which, as I said, has a terrible speed for its rank. So this next race is against 2 Camaros and a Sagaris on Azure Coast Reverse, and on 2 laps no less. I chose 1 lap in all of the races that I played in this bike because its acceleration gives it a very big advantage. As you can see, I managed to pull very far ahead of these cars at the beginning because the Sagaris and the Camaro, neither of them has very good acceleration. So yes, that is one thing if you play in practically any bike in multiplayer, because some of them are certainly better than others, like this one is a pretty good one. Be always sure to choose 1 lap, and try to pick maps that have ramps. Azure Coast is probably the worst track in the game for bikes, and here I wrecked, even though I did not actually touch the wall. It may have looked like it, but if you go back and watch frame by frame, you can see that I didn't. And here the Camaro wrecked as well, so we're pretty even, but the other 2 cars behind, the other Camaro and the Sagaris, are now going to be closer. Now remember what I said in the previous race about this race having bad matchmaking? Yeah, one of those Camaros is ranked 1487, which is a good 112 above me. I think I got my math right there. And going 50 miles per hour faster than me. Yes, 50, not 15. And the other one went and knocked me down. So here now I'm in 3rd place. The Sagaris here tried to knock me down but didn't. This was actually an unboosted 1390 Sagaris, which is going approximately the same speed as me. So this was during season. This is not off season. Occasionally you will see an unboosted Sagaris, and this bike goes approximately the same speed as him without supercharge. With supercharge, it goes a good 10 miles per hour faster, and fairly close to the Sagaris when boosted. As I said before, I will probably try it at a higher rank, probably closer to 1450 or so by maxing nitro, because that will not only give me a better speed, it will also increase the speed boost I get from supercharge, and it will hopefully give me some better matchmaking. By which I mean not cars way above me, and if I come up against 1478 Camaros and stuff, which I will since I'm closer to their rank, I will have a better chance against them, because here, I mean, there's just zero chance whatsoever. So we have finished this race ahead of the 1390 Sagaris, but we lost to a 1457 and a 1487 Camaro. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't risk points, and I couldn't since I was free racing. Now for another race against a Camaro and a Sagaris as well. So Dubai and all the Dubai tracks, this one is Dubai Reverse, are all very good tracks for bikes because they're short, they're twisty, and this one is one lap, and this one has ramps from which I can get the supercharged purple nitro, as I like to call it. Almost the direct opposite of Azure Coast. Basically, if you play in a bike or any car that has very good acceleration and drifting, you'll want to pick the exact opposite tracks of whatever you would pick in a Camaro or SLK or Homage. Speaking of the Homage, I do not have the R&D, as many of you know, it just came back, because I won it in the previous time. I will hopefully be making a video soon about that car. I max pro'd it, so unfortunately I will not be able to test a multiplayer tune, but you guys will be able to see how well it performs at max pro. And while it is not a Vulcan killer, it certainly can do quite well against them. So here we beat the same 1369 TVR Sagaris and a 1381 Camaro. This was pretty good matchmaking in this race. So yes, Dubai is a good track for bikes. In this race we have a Sagaris primarily, and we also have a Zen and Biome, which used to be good multiplayer cars, but they have since been made kind of obscure by, well, the Sagaris and the Camaro and other ones like that. There has been a very big succession of multiplayer kings in Asphalt 8. Interestingly enough, the Biome was one of the first ever actually overpowered multiplayer cars to be added to Asphalt 8. And then the Asterion came along to rival it, and after that, just more and more overpowered cars started coming out until we finally got the Camaro, which was the first extremely overpowered car in Asphalt 8. Then we got the Homage, and finally we have the SLK and Vulcan now, along with a whole bunch of other cars. With the M2 Special Edition blueprint being discovered by many members of Asphalt 8 as being kind of a leftover blueprint in the game from maybe a developer build or something, people are speculating that it will come in the next update, and I personally think it will be coming to Asphalt 8 at some point, and I'm just wondering, yeah, what is that going to do to multiplayer? Because we got SLKs everywhere through the SLK multiplayer event, and then we got Sinar 1s everywhere now through blueprints from the multiplayer season that has just ended, which, by the way, I only need one more blueprint for. I'm just wondering what the M2 Special Edition is going to be like. So here we beat an unboosted 1390 Sagaris, a 1399 Zen, and a 1404 Biome. Now for our final race, which is on French Guiana against, well, not too many cars of any importance. But I wanted to show you that these beginning sections of French Guiana here, or anything really that goes up and down and humps and stuff, can be really deadly for bikes. Because sometimes when bikes land, they do weird things, and here it didn't turn enough and I wrecked. Thankfully, my speed is much better than that Donkervort, and I was able to accelerate again and not have to worry about it. So yeah, bikes are fairly forgiving even though they can have many issues. I don't know how many of you have heard this, I said it in a previous video, but I forgot to start the Twin Mill Championship. So what I've done instead is posted a challenge on the Purple Team community for people to post multiplayer videos of their Twin Mill. I've gotten 3 so far, and I'm planning on making the video in a few days. So there is still a few day period in which you can submit your Twin Mill multiplayer video if you would like to. I know it is not a good multiplayer car, but I still wanted to make a test of it as I do all new cars that come to Asphalt 8. So yeah. This bike, I would say, is probably worth it to go through the R&D for because it is quite good in multiplayer, and I think its mastery rewards are decent as well. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 videos. And I will see you later. Goodbye!